Hi guys, welcome back to my channel and a very happy 2025 to you, the year of having a clean and sparkling house for us mamas. If you're new here, my name's Alicia and I'm a mum to 4 beautiful babies, and today I am sharing with you my updated cleaning routine for 2025. I do have 4 children. We also have a dog, a cat, 2 bunny rabbits, fish, hamster, and I think that's all the pets that we have, but there are a lot of us in this house. And whenever anybody comes over, they typically always say to me, wow, how do you keep your house so clean and tidy with 4 children? And it is just because of this really simple, low maintenance routine. And I make sure that I follow it religiously and everywhere stays super tidy and super clean. So I hope you find it helpful. I've also made a little printable handout for you in the description below, so don't forget to check that out. And let's dive straight in. Okay, I'm sharing my split up routine. So that looks like daily tasks, weekly tasks, monthly tasks, quarterly tasks, biannually tasks, and annual tasks. That is a lot to say, but it basically means that everywhere is covered throughout the year so that everywhere gets a good deep clean at least once biannually, but often more. Okay, so let's start with my daily tasks. These are things that I do every single day. They are completely non-negotiable. I make sure that they get done no matter the time, the place, and I also sometimes integrate these into the children's chores. So to start with, I make sure that we always make the beds every single day. I feel like a room can be really messy, and if the bed is made, it gives you so much motivation to clean the rest of the room. It also just adds a nice element for the evening when you climb into bed. Next, every single day I wash the dishes, and I do this religiously. I hate the look and the smell of a dirty sink. We actually don't have a dishwasher in my house because I prefer to do the dishes as we go along. So after anyone's eaten, we make sure that we wash the dish and it goes straight away in the cupboard. Next, every single day, every morning and every evening, the kitchen counters get a really good wipe down. I lift up all of the equipment and utensils and wipe down every corner every morning and every evening, and it means that they stay super clean and super scratch free. Also, every single day we empty the rubbish bin. It means that there's no odour. We actually keep them outside, but I don't like the thought of rubbish really building up in there, so we try to make sure that we empty them every single day. Every single day I also sweep and hoover the entire house top to bottom. I think it's so important to make sure that your floors are clean, and we also obviously have lots of animals in our house, so I like to make sure that they are super clean and super tidy. Then every single day I have a rule of doing at least 30 minutes cleaning of a living space that needs it. So that just looks like, say the living room has been really played in over a weekend, and make sure that I spend 30 minutes in there cleaning up, decluttering and giving it a nice refresh for the next day. And I also make sure that we do a load of laundry every single day. I say that I do it, my husband actually does our laundry. I'm very blessed, but he does at least a load every single day. So putting it in, washing it, drying it and putting it away. And that makes sure that we don't have an overflowing pile of laundry with having, 4 children. I also clean down the bathroom every single day, just to spot clean. There's so many of us using it and I like it to be a nice clean space, especially if guests come over. So every single day it gets a wipe down in the evening when I'm bathing the children. And every single day I always like to clean our bathtub. It obviously can get built up, so I like to give it a nice wipe down every single day, ready for the next day. Okay, now we're moving on to my weekly tasks. So these are things that I do at least once a week. I try to get them all done actually on the same day, but sometimes it needs to be split up throughout the week. So first of all is a whole house hoover. So I do this every day, but when I say a whole house hoover once a week, I mean I pull out chest of drawers, I go under the wardrobes, under the beds, and I give it an entire hoover. Every corner, every ceiling, everything gets hoovered up, and it makes sure that it doesn't get built up over the weeks. Next, I dust and disinfect all of the surfaces once a week. So every cabinet handle, every single cupboard, all of the drawers, all of the handles, the doorknobs, I make sure that everything gets a clean and disinfect at least once a week. And I feel like it sort of helps to prevent spreading illnesses, but having this many children, sicknesses do spread, so I like to minimize it. Then I make sure that I clean all of the glass and mirrors in our house. Oh, the amount of sticky fingers touching our mirrors. So once a week they all get a super duper scrub, and I like to clean them all down with a microfiber cloth afterwards. We also sweep and mop all of the hard floors once a week. Again, every corner, crevice in between the floorboards. If there's gaps, it makes sure that we pick up all of the dirt, any like mud that's come in throughout the winter. We of course change the sheets at least once a week in our house, so we have a whole day where we do bedding. It's a bit chaotic, I'm not going to lie to you, but it's an entire day of bedding, and it means that they stay nice and fresh and smelling really lovely. And last but not least, every single week I scrub the toilet and I scrub the sink. I like to do it, a spot clean every day, but I mean I do a real deep clean of the toilet and the sinks in the bathroom once a week. Now moving on to my monthly tasks. These are things that I actually spread out throughout the month. I used to do them all on one day, but I've found that it can be a little bit overwhelming, so I like to aim and do at least one of them a week. So first of all is cleaning my washing machine. We use the washing machine endlessly because there's so many of us, so I really like to try and take care of it, so I always do a drum spin and a washing machine clean once a month. Next, I clean down our microwave once a month. It does get a spot clean here and there, but I like to dedicate an entire day once a month to really cleaning it out. Then once a month I deep clean the children's rooms. They are responsible for tidying their rooms, but doesn't always go like that, so once a month I like to give it a super deep clean, declutter and clean off all of their shelves, dust, etc. Then once a month I like to wipe down all of the furniture, so obviously things get spilt, food goes down the side of things, so I like to take off all of the cushions of our sofa, give it a giant wipe down. Same with our kitchen, wipe down all of the chairs, all of our rocking chairs and beds upstairs, give everything a dust and a clean. And last but not least, at least once a month, we of course wash all of our bathroom rugs. I'm not going to lie to you, this often actually needs to be done more than once a month, but we dedicate at least once a month to washing them. Now here are my quarterly tasks, so that means that we obviously have 4 quarters in a year, so these get done at least 4 times a year. And first up is a deep clean of our oven. I feel like I need to get better at this. It's a job that I hate doing, so I really always put it off until the last minute, and I know that it builds up, so it gets harder and harder the longer I leave it, but for now I'm sticking with 1 quarter a year. We really deep clean our oven and our hob. Next, every quarter of a year, we do a deep clean of our fridge and freezer. So we wait until we've pretty much eaten up all of the food. We take everything else out, clean down the entire fridge and freezer, and then everything can go back in nice and fresh. Then, of course, quarterly, I also clean our oven hood. It is so greasy and so sticky every single time I clean it. So I really like to prioritize this. I soak it in a bathtub and then I clean down all of the metal. And then when I put it back together, it actually looks so beautiful and almost brand new. Then at least quarterly, we dust the blinds. Now, this is a job that does need to be done more often than quarterly, but honestly, it's just so time consuming, and I feel like I dust them and then I come back the next morning and they're dusty again. So I dedicate, at least 4 times a year to cleaning them, but we often spot clean as we go along. Then quarterly, I like to make sure that we wipe down all of the skirting boards, the radiators, behind the radiators, you will be shocked, all of the pipes and all of the doorknobs. Again, they build up over time and I feel like you don't really notice it until you go to do it. So I like to really dedicate at least 4 times a year to these tasks. Now, biannually, so that means at least twice a year, every half of a year, I like to do these tasks. So first is cleaning the windows inside and outside. In England, we obviously don't have the best weather, so often the rainwater can build up on the windows, so they do need a really good scrub every now and then. Next is cleaning down all of our light fixtures. For example, we have a feather boa light shade and it collects so much dust, so I like to take it down biannually and give it a good shake. Our bathroom light and our kitchen LED lights also need a good clean, so we take them apart and we clean inside. And I also like to clean all of the wall corners and any harder places to reach. So for example, if you look behind me, the crevices between the doors, behind radiators, perhaps behind the sofa, any of those places that probably go unnoticed because you can't see them, I really like to dedicate twice a year to finding them and cleaning them. Then I like to wipe down all of our bathroom interiors. So I pull everything out of the bathroom and I clean every corner of it. So every shelf, under every cabinet, you know, behind the bath. I literally clean the entire bathroom interior, and oh, the feeling afterwards is like no other. Then biannually, I take everything out of the kitchen and I wipe down all of the cabinets inside and out, all of the shelves. I take everything out of the cupboards and I literally clean down the entire shelves. I do all of the skirting boards and then I reorganize everything as it goes back in. But not least, biannually, we clean all of the vents and the fans in our house. They again collect so much dust, so I try to do this in the summer and then in the winter, but sometimes we give them a light dust in between as well. I think that's everything on my cleaning routine. As I said at the start, of course, sometimes these things need to be done more often, usually not less often to be honest with you, but it will depend on your family. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Consider subscribing. I upload so much cleaning motivation, so if you're looking for that, this is the channel for you. And I also upload lots of mama vlogs, morning routines, evening routines and things like that, so check out my playlist down below. Don't forget that I have made you a handy dandy printout of this routine below for you, so you can download it and print it off easily. I haven't mentioned decluttering in this video too much because that would be an entire different video, but if you would like to know my decluttering routine for making sure that our house doesn't overrun with hoarded stuff, then let me know and I will be certainly sure to make that for you. And for now, I will see you in my next video. Thank you for watching.